Hello everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. Today I'm going to be discussing alerts in Warframe. Now what are alerts? Alerts are missions that you can find in this special tab right here on your star chart. I did mention in my last video I was going to talk about them. So let's go over them. So alerts can be organized into I think like 5 different sections. You have arbitrations, you have the weekly alerts, you have the special alerts, you have Kuva Siphons, and finally Nightmare missions. Let's start with arbitrations. Arbitrations are missions that you unlock after you complete the star chart and unlock the steel path. Now arbitrations reset every hour, so you can do one every hour or so. And arbitrations come with the benefit that they will drop you Vitus Essence, which you need to buy some specific mods, like the Galvanize mods. And they also come with the fact that a frame randomly will be chosen and given a modifier for you. As you can see here for me, I have Banshee given 300% strength. And 3 of your weapons will be randomly given 300% damage. This is how arbitrations work. You'll have an endless mission, and basically you can go and stay there as long as you want, farming Vitus Essence. Now, as for how to efficiently do arbitrations, I'm not going to go into details on all of that, as it has been a while for me doing arbitrations. So now we move on to the second part of the alerts, which are the weekly alerts. Now these are alerts that will repeat every week, as the name implies. You have the weekly Ayatan treasure hunt, which you can find at Maru's Bazaar by talking to Maru herself. This is unlocked for everyone, and you can do it whenever you want. It will give you an Ayatan sculpture, which is very important because you can later on socket it with Ayatan stars and then sell it for Endo. I'll make a video about that also next week. As for the second kind of weekly alerts, it's the Helping Clan mission. Now this mission can only be unlocked after you complete a specific quest. Now that quest is called A Man of Few Words. After you complete this quest, you'll unlock the ability to be able to do this mission. And doing this mission, it will give you the Spectre of Clem. I don't find it particularly helpful myself, so I don't do the mission. I only did it a few times to have the Spectre whenever I wanted to goof around. But I particularly don't do it on a regular basis. The only thing I do on a regular basis is generally the weekly Ayatan treasure hunt. Moving on, there is the special alerts. Now these don't happen all the time. It depends on when the DE themselves announce it. And luckily we have special alerts going on right now for the next, I don't know how long to be honest, but we have 5 different missions coming one after the other. And basically they will give you the corrupted mods. So if you're playing at around the time this video is uploaded and you're a beginner in the game, I do highly recommend doing these missions, as most of the corrupted mods are useful and you will be using them in your endgame builds later on. And basically these missions are made to be accessible to most people, so they will have a low level and it can be done easily. And if you face any issues, just do them in public lobbies and someone will come and carry you. Moving on to the fourth kind of mission, it's Kuva Siphon. Now Kuva Siphons explain themselves really well in the alerts tab, in that you have two different kinds. This is a Kuva Flood and this is a Kuva Siphon. Kuva Floods are harder missions, as you can tell by the level. They literally are just harder. But you will have a guaranteed drop of a Requiem relic. As for Kuva Siphons, the Kuva normal missions, you will get a smaller amount of Kuva, and also you'll only get a chance of a Requiem relic. So it's not a guaranteed drop. So early on when you're doing your liches, you will need to get the Requiem relics so you can crack them, so you can get the mods to kill the liches. And the first time you generally do a lich, you'll have to come here to do the Kuva Siphons and Kuva Floods. Later on, you may get lucky while doing the lich itself to get the relics from there, but it's not a guaranteed chance still. So Kuva Floods are the only way to guarantee a relic drop. Lastly, we have Nightmare missions. Now Nightmare missions are quirky little missions that you can only unlock after you finish a planet fully. So for example, here on Earth, if you finish all the nodes, you'll unlock a Nightmare mission here. If we go to Mars, for example, and finish all the missions here, you'll also unlock a Nightmare mission here. And each planet you finish, you'll unlock a Nightmare mission for that planet that refreshes every day. Now for me today, it's Alator right here. And as you can see also, there is modifiers on each mission. So that's what makes Nightmare missions kind of different. It will give you special mods. So early on, you may have to do them. But later on, I found that I rarely do them unless it is required to me by the Nightwave. Like right here. And that is all for the alerts missions. I will probably make a separate video, as I said, for arbitrations and a separate smaller video for the Ayatan treasure hunt explaining the different puzzles. But other than that, this is all for the alerts tab in the star chart. Hopefully you found this video helpful and see you around. Bye bye.